channel, or welcome to if you're new. Today we're going to be talking about my journey building healthy habits. So I had a real deep conversation with myself over the past, honestly, probably 2 years, and I feel like many other people probably relate to this. I've just been in full-on survival mode. It has been get things done when you need to get it done, work on yourself later. I have put myself, my health, me as a person, everything on the back burner. I just had to. It was the only thing that I was able to do. I couldn't work on myself further than I just tried here and there. There has been times that I felt a little bit of an opening there, so I try to do a bunch of workouts. I try to count my calories. I try to do a bunch of things. Overall, these were just big absolutes that I was giving myself when I was still at a weak point in my life, and big absolutes I've learned just don't work for me. However, now that I'm starting to get out of that survival mode, which feels really amazing, and I'm able to recognize, okay, I have more capacity now, not only to do all of the stuff that I have to do, as a human, as a person who works, as a person who maintains relationships, I actually find I have room now, capacity in my mind, in my time, and I'm able to work on myself. And I felt like I had this capacity, I would say, for the last half of the year until right now. So it's been around like 8 months that I've felt like, okay, like I can probably, start working on things. I feel ready and I feel mentally available. However, I had not. I started noticing like I had some bad habits of self-destruction, self-destructive patterns that I would, not set myself up for success, not set myself up for being able to build all of these healthy habits. So I kind of said, enough is enough. Let's just put aside the negativity. Let's not do this self-destructive patterns, and let's just work on myself. After realizing these destructive patterns, which often looked like doom scrolling all the time before bed, overstimulating myself and not allowing myself to go to bed for no reason when I was actually tired, eating just because I was bored in general, like other places, not moving my body and making really weird excuses for it. Like, there's no shame in like not doing it every day, and not, I'm not here to judge anyone, but for me, I was like, okay, like I know I'm lying to myself at that point. I was like, okay, let's stop that. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my experience building healthy habits. So after that, I'll go through in depth what the healthy habits are that I'm trying to plan. I'll also go through a template that I've built in Notion, and you can feel free to use that template as well. I'll link it down below. And then I'll also be including some basically kind of diary entries of me trying to do these daily healthy habits over 2 weeks. So, and then after we'll talk about conclusions, what worked, what didn't, and how are my habits doing. So let's get into it. So although there have been some things that I wanted to work on the past few years, one big question I had to ask myself was, okay, what exactly are these healthy habits that I wanted to build? So what I did is I took an afternoon and I sat down on a weekend and just started to think, what are things that I want to improve upon? So I'll go ahead and show you my list that I came up with. So I kind of organized my goals in the sense of timings of the day, but these can be fluctuating, like these can move, things could change, but this is kind of how my brain organized it as I was thinking of all the things that I wanted to work on. So in the AM, I really wanted to start waking up at least 1 hour before I have to go into work. Eventually, hopefully 2. So right now that looks like getting up at 7 a.m. I would like to do that so I don't feel as sluggish in the morning, not running to, get ready for work and all that jazz, and like not adding an exhaustive anxiety-induced wake up to myself, basically, because I don't have time to like get ready and do a lot of stuff. Anyways, so I want to do that, and I want to enjoy more sunlight as much as I can. The second thing was getting my skincare done in the morning and getting ready for the day. I do typically do my skincare in the evenings, but then in the morning, because I'm usually in a rush, I don't do it, and I have really dry skin. I don't feel good when I don't do my skincare, so being able to do it and have the time to do it, I actually do enjoy doing it, and then I feel better, and then I ultimately look better as well. The other thing is getting ready for the day. I typically don't, I typically either stay in the pajamas that I'm sleeping in or change into another set of pajamas. I know, okay, but it's just, I'm being honest. So I kind of want to start getting ready a little bit. I don't know, maybe that means doing my hair a little bit. Maybe that means just changing and putting on clothes that I would actually go outside in. Maybe that's a little bit of makeup. Whatever I find that will work for me at that time. The next thing that I want to do is have a glass of water, a full glass of water before I drink my caffeine for the day. So whether that's coffee or matcha, which I'm trying to switch to matcha as much as possible, so ideally matcha, but I want to have a full glass of water before I have that, because I find that I get my crash early in the day, which is not the vibe. And also, like, apparently drinking caffeine first thing in the morning can really mess up your cortisol levels and inflammation and stress and all that jazz, which is something I really want to work on. And so sorry for talking with my hands all that much. This is just who I am. The next section is the anytime section. So I want to include a 30-minute, ideally an hour, movement, daily movement. So whether that is a stretching video, whether that's yoga, whether that's a walk, a run, a HIIT, a dance workout, whatever it may be, I want it to be something. And again, 30 minutes, I know is not what adults are generally supposed to have. They're supposed to have like an hour. However, I'll be honest, there have been weeks that I haven't moved once. So the next thing is that I want to have a portion of fruit or vegetables with every single meal. So moving on to PM, the evening, I really want to do my Sleepy Girl mocktail by 8:30. So if you're unfamiliar with that, it's like this trend on everywhere, to be honest, but it's basically mixing cherry juice with sparkling water or sparkling soda or whatever. I use water, and also some magnesium powder. And then it's supposed to like kind of relax you and stuff like that. And have tried it in the past, and it actually does, I find, work for me. So I'd like to try to do that. Once, you know, I'm sipping on that, I feel like the next step I'd like to do is just do skincare and oral care by a certain time. So right here I put 8:45. It might be a little bit earlier. After that, I would schedule my phone alarm. So that's already done. And then I'd put on my do not disturb so that I don't have to look at my phone anymore, like blue light. You know, no more blue light in the face by 9:10. And then the next thing is to include like a 15 to 20 minute reading session. So after closing the lights, just keeping like a nice little lamp so that I can actually see what I'm reading. I'm reading because I'm not a big reader, but I would really like to. I never have been, but you know, I really want, that's something that I really want to do. I like the idea of it as a hobby, something to do. Also, it'll hopefully, you know, I don't know, stimulate my brain in a good way, but not like a hyperactive way like doom scrolling does before bed. And yeah, I feel like it's just fun. All the girlies are doing it. I'm on BookTok and BookTube, and I'm not a reader, but everything sounds so fun, and I want to desperately join this community because it sounds so fun. So yeah. And then the next thing is that I would hopefully, after reading, go to bed. So like, I'm already in bed, but you know, actually like intentionally try to sleep by like 9:30, 45. So yeah. So those are overall the goals that I want to hit. Those are the healthy habits that I'm going to try to do. So now that we've gone through all my healthy habits, let's move on to my Notion habit tracker. So what I did was I went into Notion and I built a little habit tracker. And this is not like a very sophisticated one. I just, you know, based it on some videos that I've seen other people do it, but I kind of made it my own. I really liked the way that I can see all of the different habits and have a check-off list, because I love a list and I love checking things off. It makes me feel even more motivated to do something because I get to like check it off. I know, maybe I'm insane, I don't know, but it's a lot of fun for me. So anyways, as you can see here, it's a very clean looking habit tracker. So what I have is the dates that I'm, you know, every day. And then I have all of the habits on the other side so that, you know, let's go through the wake up time, skincare, water before caffeine, movement, fruits and veggies every meal, Sleepy Girl mocktail, you'll see. So they're all listed there. Some of them are short form, you know, because it's just, there's not a lot of space. So basically what I'm going to do is every day I'm going to be checking off things that I do. It'll be a really great way for me to track all the progress, non-progress, and any comments I want to include as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Roll the clips. So the first few days, although I was working on all of the habits, the most difficult one was seeming to go to bed on time. I'm used to staying up, used to being on my phone, but after a while it actually started to get a little bit easier. Hey guys, the lighting is bad because it's nighttime, but it's 9:10, it's my time to go to bed, so by this time I have my phone already scheduled with my, also I have skincare all over me, so a lot of gloss. I look like a low glazed donut right now, but because I put way too much. Anyways, not important. But now is the time that I go to bed, so I go into my bed, so no more screens. My phone is set on do not disturb, sleep mode. My alarm has already been set. It's going to just go be charged. I'm about to lay down and start my book. I'm actually so excited. I've been thinking about reading it all day, which is crazy. That's not like me at all. And I really want to finish it. Like, I feel motivated. I'm like halfway right now, which I don't know, it feels motivating but also discouraging at the same time, but I don't know, I really do feel like I'll be able to finish it definitely before the month, like, and that's, you know, from someone that hasn't read in a lot of time, that's pretty good. Hi everyone, it is a Saturday and I'm here for a little diary entry because I'm very proud of myself. It's the weekend and last night I stuck to our routine. Usually I stay up way later. Now I did stay up a little bit later than usual, a little bit, because I wanted to finish, my book. I didn't get to, but I'm almost done. So anyways, but I am so excited and proud of myself, like considering I haven't read a full book in like years, which again, please don't shame me for. I just didn't have, I don't know, the want, the desire, the mental capacity to sit down and read. I don't know. Anyways, but I'm very excited to finish it, and then I'm gonna talk. I don't know, maybe I'll make a video about talking about this book. I feel like everyone and their mother and dog has read this book by now, but maybe it'd be interesting. Anyways, so it is the weekend. I'm very excited that we actually went to bed early. I woke up earlier too. I'm already ready for the day. I'm just like, wow, these healthy habits are already starting out. So I don't know, just a little moment to say I'm proud of myself. Hi guys. Okay, so last night also, sorry, probably like a freaking jump scare, but yeah, I dyed my hair since the last clip. But anyways, last night I finished my first book. Not ever, but almost. So yeah, it feels really good, and I'm already going to start and continue, well, I'm obviously going to continue my reading at night, so I'm going to start a new book, which is this one. Woo! I'm just so happy. These healthy habits are really making me feel good. Also, I'm dressed athleisurely because I'm about to also head for a walk, and it's sunny outside. What more happiness could I ask for right now? My daily activity goal was also one of the harder ones. I noticed myself still making excuses, so I really had to rely a little bit more on discipline rather than motivation, which is something I still need to work on. But I noticed that once the sun came out, it became much easier. But let's go over all the other habits now. Alrighty guys, so it's been a couple weeks and now it's time to go through what worked, what didn't work, and some little realizations. So overall, I'm actually very proud of myself and I think this worked out pretty well. Now, scientifically, I believe it takes around 21 days or 30 days to make it a habit. Now, I wasn't able to do a full 21 days or 30. However, I do feel confident in saying that I've actually built some of these habits already. So first of all, let's go over my little habit tracker that I went through in Notion, and let's scroll down and kind of see how things look. So overall, I see a pattern in my Notion template of me tracking that the majority of the days, some of these habits were much more easy for me, and then others were a little bit more difficult. So the ones that seemed very easy were the water before caffeine. I've been actually doing pretty well at that. As well, sometimes the skin care in the morning has been relatively good overall, I would say. Fruits and veggies with every single meal, I feel like that was by far the easiest one. And then there's the Sleepy Go mocktail that was good, but then it kind of went down. And that's because I found that I started to not need it after a while. The other stuff that I did really well was the skincare before bedtime, setting my phone aside before bedtime, and then just going to read and then going to bed. That stuff I've done really well. The places that I haven't done so well, especially, is the movement and the wake up time. And I'm not totally surprised by that. Although I have been sleeping better, I just have a hard time waking up. I don't know if I'm not getting restful sleep. I don't know what it is if it's overall stress that I'm having, but wake up time was the worst for me. I had a hard time just getting up early and just getting up. It's just really the getting out of bed part. And then also the physical activity every day. Now, sometimes I've realized that I might just need a little bit more discipline over motivation. I think I said that in one of my diary entries that like, sometimes I just need to push myself. Sometimes I just need to go even though I don't want to. So that's one thing that I need to work on, but then also I'm noticing that I need to pick a time that makes sense for me to do these things. Now, typically lunch break sounds like a great idea because I do have an hour. However, most days I use that hour to work on YouTube stuff since I can't work on it throughout the rest of the day. So I need to figure out maybe that means waking up early, forcing myself and just getting a workout done in the morning, or maybe that means after. However, it wasn't a total fail. I've recognized these different things and I have actually gone out and tried a few different things. I did some stretching exercises, which I actually really liked. So I think I'll be incorporating that more often. And then I've done a lot of walks because we've just been really lucky with some sunshine. Now, with climate change, that's actually a little terrifying. I could do with a little bit more sunlight without the fact that it's like the weather and temperature is like kind of concerning. Something I do want to note is that there was a dip in like a day or two that I did not check many boxes at all. And that's because my day was derailed. My day was derailed from personal things that have happened, and I noticed, wow, when I get derailed, I don't feel very good. So I noticed that, I woke up bad because the news kind of came in the morning. I didn't do all my morning stuff. I didn't care about what I ate, but especially at bedtime, I did not follow my little habits that I was building. I stayed on my phone for really long, and I actually had this aha moment that I was like on my phone scrolling and scrolling different apps, Pinterest, then TikTok, then Instagram, and then I was like, what am I doing? I literally wrote this down. I was like, what am I doing right now? Like, I'm actually bored, and what am I trying to find? Like, I found myself closing apps, opening new ones, and not finding anything to entertain my brain, and then I was like, why am I doing this? I'm actually exhausted. Why am I not sleeping? So I put it down, and it was like a huge, like, oh my gosh, because I used to do that pretty much every night. So for me to step back and realize, like, why am I doing this? And asking myself, I really realized there's no reason to do it other than like it's a self-destructive pattern and like a habit that's just bad for me. So I was able to put it away. However, I was annoyed with myself that I stayed up so late, and then again in the morning I didn't sleep well, my pattern was off, so then the next day it was kind of off the bandwagon again. But then at night going back to it because I remember how I felt that whole day. I was cranky, I was dehydrated, my skin looked bad. Like there's just so many things that I was like, wow, like messing with the schedule really messes me up. And I remember I used to feel like that every single day because I didn't have these healthy habits built already. So that was an amazing realization just to see how important these healthy habits are and how much of a positive impact they've made on my life overall, just, within weeks of me trying it out. So that feels really good. Another one of the habits that I'm really happy that I did was forcing myself to read a little bit at night because I have not been a reader throughout my life, and now I love it. I can't wait to get back to my book. I have that thought during the day. I've never had that thought in my life before. As of today, I've read 2 books already, which is amazing, and I'm like more than halfway done my next one. I'm just so proud of myself. So these are like the small victories that I'm just happy about. So I feel really good about that. And I think if you are doing this, I think it is important to celebrate the small victories and just treating this as an exercise to just build a better you and just be gentle with yourself and realize that it is a process. There's going to be things like this, but it's all about just overall. It's a lifestyles change overall. So of course it's not going to happen overnight. Your lifetime is a long time. So you're going to be working on it throughout your lifetime. So the healthy habits that I picked this time, I still have some that I feel like I need to work on, but others I'm like, okay, so now I have room to build other healthy habits that I want to, if I want to. I'm so proud of myself during this process, and I'm happy I did it, and I encourage you all to do it as well. What are some healthy habits that you're interested in building into your routine, building for your life? And like I've said in the past in other videos, when it comes to goals and stuff like that, be gentle with yourself. Don't create a huge laundry list of things that you want to change and like force yourself to do too much all at once. I felt like I had the capacity to do the ones that I chose this time, and they worked out. However, some of them I didn't, so perhaps maybe I even gave myself a little too much. But the ones that I want to continue working on, I will continue working on. So anyways, the process is very personal, but yeah, I highly recommend just being gentle with yourself and doing the process on your own time and figuring out what works for you. So yeah, overall, I think this is a really great process. I encourage you to try it out if you're interested in doing that. And I want to say thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoy filming it and working on it. And I just love personal development type of videos as well. And I love sharing it and like watching and engaging with it. So anyways, I hope to do a few more. So anyways, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you don't mind. Thank you so much if you do. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Good luck with building your own healthy habits, and I'll see you in the next video.